Hello and welcome to today's unboxing. This is kind of impromptu. It's going to go up as a bonus video probably during Easter month. But yes, so backstory. If you're not already a part of the DUPER Discord server, why not? You really should be. But we are quite good at finding good deals. A number of people noticed that a new website had popped up and they were offering manga at pretty good deals. Now, we could barely find any information on the site looking around the internet and stuff. It felt all really weird. No Trustpilot reviews, unable to use PayPal. But then we noticed that the address was the same as Books Please. So we were super confused. So then one of the mods on the Discord, Caketinz, decided to send an email to both Books Please and the new website asking, well, Books Please, do you know this new website? Because it's got the same address. Are they legit? And also one to the new site going, are you a scam? I don't want to waste my money. Mad respect to you, I must say. I thought it was hilarious. And she did actually get responses from both. One from the new website saying, no, we're not a scam, smiley face. So, you know, super legit. And also one from Books Please saying, yes, they are a legit website. They're very new, about a week or two old. And they've just not yet had a chance to build any reputation or anything because they've only been around for a week, but they are a sister site to Books Please. And as you already know, I have bought from Books Please loads and loads and loads and loads, so I was like, let's give it a go. So this is what we've got, and I must say the prices are really, really good, so fingers crossed everything is here and accounted for. And then so I've been cautious to not mention or recommend it yet. I wanted to make sure I got an order and it all came in okay before I started telling people, oh, you should go try this new site. So I know other people on the Discord have ordered and also received their parcels, but I was holding out just to make sure. So I did a big order here and then I did a smaller order a few days later, and they both arrived today. I think because I placed the order just before a bank holiday weekend, I think it took about 5 working days for it all to dispatch. It dispatched on a Friday and it would have arrived the following Monday, but I was out, so I had it come on the Tuesday instead. Still, not too bad. I will talk a little bit more once I start opening. There is a cat. Don't lick the boxes, cat. But before I unbox, if you haven't already, don't forget to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe, and check out my social media and affiliate links, including a discount code for this website. If it turns out amazing, use code Caketinz to get 10% off. How amazing is that? So I'm really hoping there's going to be a slip of paper in these to say how much I paid for stuff. Those are the prices, and then I got 10% off. So let me go find something sharp and we'll get into it. I think we'll do the small one first. This one's so heavy. Oh my god. I think that the mic might have picked that up still. Because the parcels are so big, I've put my camera stand on a stool, so it's higher than normal. So I really hope you can still see everything. The smaller one does look kind of tiny, but I mean, it isn't actually a small box. If I put my hand on it for reference. The cats are going crazy! They're making so much noise! Let's open the first one, I'm very excited. Okay. Looks promising so far. So this is the second order that I did, to be fair. I placed it a day after the other one, but they still came on the same day and they shipped on the same day as well, but there was less in it. So they do say on their site that they often will source stuff once you place the order, which is why it can take a little longer to dispatch. Again, personally, I don't care as long as it arrives and I'm paying not too much money. Okay. Ooh. First volume in the haul, it seems, is I'm Not Meat. Cat's decided to play with the box. Oh my god. Okay, right. I'm gonna hold the mic because I can't sit down and I'm just further away than normal because I've raised the camera. We have I'm Not Meat 3. This is a plastic wrap series. I believe this might be the final volume. I saw someone say it was the final volume. I don't really understand how it can be the final volume. I don't know. I feel a bit weird about the series. I don't know if it's making fun of itself or it's being serious, but it just feels a bit weird. I have some hopes for the guy. I hope he does okay and is not actually attacked by any of these women. Okay, next we have Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun Volume 1. This was actually something I had on pre-order with Forbidden Planet and I cancelled it because not only was it cheaper before using a discount code, it was extra cheaper using a discount code. Also, Forbidden Planet was meant to ship this about a few weeks ago, a month ago, and they haven't. So here we are. I hear so much good things about this. Is this one has an anime? Finally nice to have. I don't know if it's an isekai. Some people have said it's an isekai. Yuna, please. I'll find out when I read it. I'll try it for Isekai month. Whee! Okay, next we have Blue Period 13, which, I've been manga shopping a fair few times the past few days, and every store seems to have had this. I didn't think it was out for a little bit. Also, I just realised I'm really behind on the series because I feel like it brought loads of volumes out really quickly. Also, it took me ages to get some volumes, so I am like 3-4 volumes behind on this, and I need to catch up. I think I've read up to 10. I want to say I've read up to 10. Do enjoy it. I think Blue Period is quite a heavy series. It's not something I can bring myself to binge because I don't always feel in a great state of mind because it is heavy. It's good, and I found it really interesting to learn about different like types and styles of painting and stuff and art, but yeah, I can't go through it quickly is my issue, and then I forget about it. Okay, next we have a brand new release, Isekai, Even Dogs Go to Other Worlds, Life in Another World of My Beloved Hound, new release, volume 1. Very excited. Isekai month. I know a lot of people complain that there's loads of cat manga, whereas all the dog manga. Now, as a cat person myself, I don't see the issue with that, but I do understand that some people might like dog manga. And look, we have one, and another one to read for Isekai month. Actually, you know what? The spine is kind of cluttered, but I still kind of like it. I think that's still kind of nice. I'm good with that. I'm surprised it's small because on Forbidden Planet it was like 8 or 9 pounds or something. Oh my god, this feels heavy. Why is this so heavy? Okay, don't know why. Next we have The Dragon King's Imperial Wrath falling in love with the bookish princess of the Rat Clan. Oh my god, can you hear my cats? They're like absolutely losing their shit. I'm gonna have ruined flooring at this rate. Okay, another new release. I think it was £7 something with the discount. I can't see if there's any like thing with prices on. I might go look them up. The problem is, I'll use my phone to try and look them up, but I record on my phone, so I can't. Looking forward to that. Really happy. It's a big, nice, solid volume, and I still only paid £7 something for it. Very happy. Was it £7? I can't remember. As we have Dark Gathering 1, this is a Viz new release. I feel like there's been a fair few Viz new releases in the past couple of weeks. I've seen very mixed opinions on this. Some people have said it's really good, and some people are like, it's not that good at all. So I will find out. I think I'm behind on a few of my Viz new releases, like volume 1s at least. So I might do a binge. I think my hope is I'll get on top of a bunch of my videos for Isekai month and then just sit and read. Okay, next we got My Secret Affection 2, and that is chunky. But I also think this is only 2 volumes long. Yeah, it's only 2 volumes long. It has very mixed feelings about it, which I kind of get considering the topic. Volume 1 was fine. I don't think it blew me away. The art style is really, really, really lovely, and it is only 2 volumes. I'll see how it goes. But yeah, how chunky is that? And it was, I think, £6 something with the discount. Oh my gosh, look at this. Imakoi 6. I have not seen this in store yet. Oh, look at that, such a nice colour on the spine. Imakoi is one of my favourite current ongoing high school romances. It's just, I like the communication and the fact that they get into the relationship like from the get-go. Though to be fair, I think more or less a lot of the romance high school series that I've been reading recently, they do get into a relationship from the get-go. It used to be final chapter, final page, let's date, and they say yes and everyone's happy and it ends. It's like, ugh. I think a lot of the ones I've been reading recently, they kind of start dating quite quickly early on, at least in the first volume or 2, maybe 3. So I'm kind of liking that trend more. As we have Grand Blue Dreaming 19. It took me so long to get Grand Blue Dreaming. I think I got 17 and 18 within the same week about a month ago, and now I already have 19. I love Grand Blue Dreaming. I also know that a lot of people don't, but this is my kind of degenerate, aggressive, juvenile, dumb humour. This is the one that a friend of mine recommended, and he was like, it's a sports manga, and I started reading it, I was like, it's really not now, is it? And he keeps trying to tell me it's a sports manga. It's not though, is it? I think we're towards the bottom of this package. Next we have Mashal 12. I can't believe we're on the way to a conclusion. It would have been neat to see it go on a little longer than it's going to, but I think it's still on like 15, 16 at the moment and not complete, so we've still got a little bit more. I don't know. It'd be neat to see them maybe go through a year or 2, but I also understand him trying to hide his non-magicness isn't necessarily the most practical. It's not going to really work. Also, what a lovely purple. This is such a nice purple. Very happy. Next, we have The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses 3. And I have said previously, I do really like this series. It's very similar to series like Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, but I don't like how much it costs because it's Square Enix. They always seem to be more expensive. This is $12.99 in store before RRP. Before 3 for 2. Whereas I think I got this post discount for £6 something, which I'm a lot happier with. It's still very thin for what it is, and it is very quick to read because it's quite a nothing series. If I show you, I can't show you pages because I've got the microphone in the other hand. Yeah, it's just a slice of life romance, sort of. Not much happens, but it's nice to read. Okay, next we have Rainbow Days 4, and this is kind of funny because I'm fairly sure Rainbow Days 3 is going to be in the other box because, I mean, I didn't, as I repeatedly have said, but it has really messed me up. When I got COVID and I was sick for a month, I basically didn't go outside, I didn't go shopping, so I fell behind on my Viz new releases quite heavily. So there are some that aren't as new anymore, but I was behind. And also they were really good prices. So Rainbow Days 4, but I do also have 3. But not yet. It should be in the other box. I do actually kind of like it. I know some people don't, and I know some people, especially in the server, have very strong opinions. I think I do like it. I like the openness between the I don't know, but I like it. There we go. That was enlightening, wasn't it? Next we have Condition Called Love 3, another one that has very polarizing opinions, but I also really like it. I just love the two of them together. Like, both have had different experiences in love, and this is the first time they've been in a relationship like this, and they're trying to react the way they can. I don't know. I really like it. I was really excited to get Volume 3. I saw it in store yesterday, and I was like, I really, really hope that mine is close. I hope mine doesn't take too long to get here. And here it is. Aha! So that is the first box. Not too bad packaging. None of these look damaged, to be fair, so I'm quite happy with that. We'll get the meaty boy up though. Oh my god! Ugh. Let's open this massive box. More packaging. Oh my god, isn't that beautiful? And we just quickly cover that Faku volume there. Hopefully no one saw. But isn't this just absolutely beautiful? Okay, before I dive into this box, I just want to quickly talk a little bit about shipping. So at the moment, they charge a flat £1.99 per order, which isn't too bad for like a box of this size. Probably less worth it for single volumes. Though I was a little bit confused because on one part of the site it does say shipping is determined by weight, and then when you go and pay it says shipping is a flat rate. I don't know if that means it's going to change at some point and it's low to begin with, but at the moment, as of early June, it is a flat $1.99 per order. They do also have, like, you can earn points and then use coupon codes to get money off. Generally, it depends how big your order is, whether or not using coupon code is cheaper than doing like a percentage off. So like if you use code Caketinz, woo, you can get 10% off your order, but if you could get £5 off, so if you do like a £60 order, the 10% code is better, but if you do like a £30 order, the £5 off is better, if that makes sense. It's all about doing your maths to get your best deal. Right, so I'm going to quickly pull out the boobage one. Where are my post-its? I'll just do this because I can't find my post-its. So we have the Sexual Demon, and it is a Faku. I did feel trying New Place, if they have Faku, I might as well try it. It worked out about £10 a volume, which is pretty good for Faku, to be fair. Fully poster wrapped, very happy. I have noticed there are other Faku that I don't have on the site, so I'm probably going to look into getting those. And that one can tuck away where no one can see it. So we have like a lot of isekai stuff, because Isekai month I wanted to try and get up to date with some of my Isekai series. We have His Majesty Demon King's Housekeeper 3. I'll be honest, when I read volume 1 I wasn't overly impressed, but with volume 2 I was a lot more impressed, so I am looking forward to jumping into volume 3, I have High Hopes. It is about a girl who's been isekai'd into a world that's really, really dirty. It's been cursed, and previously they've used like magic and stuff to clean things, but they've been cursed where they can't use magic to clean this like dirt that's accumulating. But she was like a cleaning enthusiast in her previous life. She's just been teleported, she didn't die, and on Earth, so she like uses her knowledge of cleaning skills and stuff to help them clean the good old-fashioned way. So as someone who also does quite like cleaning and isekai, I was really, really kind of excited by it. I don't like how young she seems to be portrayed. It says high school, so typically you'd assume 16. I don't like when they don't like, they're young and then don't say an age, because that means that like it could be implied she's younger, but that's just me being cynical in my old age. That's the first isekai. We have Yakuza Reincarnation 5. I actually think 6 might be out, so I might need to place an order to get volume 6. This has been a fun isekai about a older Yakuza mob guy who's been reincarnated in a fantasy world as a young princess, and it's kind of like this young princess looking person but talks like an old Yakuza guy. It's great, it's funny, it's hilarious. I am a couple of volumes behind on this though, so this is a isekai month intended read. Okay, next we have Time Stop Hero 6. This is an isekai where, yeah, it does have its problems. It's about a guy who has like this button that he can stop time, and he's been isekai'd into this world, and he has like win conditions that he needs to meet, and to be able to have enough time to do them, he basically has to stop time and do things when time is stopped. I find all of that aspect really fun to read. It's a really neat kind of way to portray this isekai world. What I find less neat is he is a massive pervert and goes around and fondles women while time is stopped and pulls their panties down and looks at their boobs. So there is that aspect to it, but I think like the rest of it is actually kind of neat and a bit different in terms of an isekai. I feel like a lot of the time it's like, here's this neat isekai and here are all its problems. Okay, next we have Worlds in Time Fantasia 8. I am also a couple of volumes behind on this. I'm also still not up to date with the main series. It's a spin-off of the series Worlds and Harem. I am missing volume 9. I don't know why it's so hard to find for a decent price. I can't find it cheaper than like £11–12, and even with discounts it's still above £10, and I don't want to pay that. So I am behind. And this is like a fantasy version-ish, basically. Similar sort of things happen, not exactly the same. It's not the all men are dying. Well, I think I can get into spoilers, I'm going to stop, but there is a lot of like explicit scenes. It is a plastic wrap for a reason. Okay, oh my god, we have so much to go through. Okay, let's do this one. We have Prison School 14, and this was the only volume of Prison School I needed before I was complete, and now I'm complete on Prison School. How crazy is that? I think it was about £9 before discount code, so I think it might have been £8 something that I paid. It is a very classic, cultured series. I've only read the first couple. Most of my volumes I've bought second hand. Actually, I've bought a lot of them second hand for about the price I bought this one, so I am very, very happy to have grabbed this one for the price I did. It's the Wet and Wild end of Prison School. Alright. Okay, next we have This Is Screwed Up, But I Was Reincarnated as a Girl in Another World 6. Actually, probably one of my favourite current ongoing isekai. It's about a guy who is reincarnated as a girl, and he kind of has like, how do you describe it? It's kind of like Minecraft abilities, but I think done well, where they're able to like produce stuff and build stuff and store stuff. But they have like they craft stuff and it's a bit Minecrafty, especially at the beginning. I think it fades a bit as you go a bit through the series. I have quite liked it. There's a lot about them trying to reproduce things from their life on Japan, like different types of foods and stuff. There is also some, I was going to say explicit scenes, but you don't see anything. It's just talked about where the character likes to have some alone time. And it's talked about, but you don't really see anything. So I don't think that's too bad. That's probably why it's still not plastered out, because you don't see anything. But just as a warning, there is that, I suppose. Okay, we got another isekai. J.K. Haru is a sex worker in another world. 5. Is this the final volume? I saw somewhere that 5 was the final volume. I'm not sure though. It doesn't say that on the back, so I'll have to read it to find out, I suppose. This is also quite good isekai. Again, explicit. I mean, as it says, she is a sex worker. It kind of like highlights it's not always going to be rosy when you're isekai'd. Oh my god. The potential of being isekai doesn't always necessarily mean it's going to go well. I mean, it went well for the guy that she got isekai'd with. He's now a really like famous adventurer, but she kind of like is just trying to get by and live a life, and she ends up needing to work in a brothel. It is actually a really good read. It isn't necessarily the most jolliest of reads, but you really do feel for her, and like you do like seeing her character progression. Oh, I have, at least, especially. Okay, I think there might be more isekai further in, but we don't have any at the moment. Next we have Tatsuki Fujimoto before Chainsaw Man 22 to 26, and I think this is the side stories are complete with this one. So this one and the one before it, was it 18 to 21? I can't remember. It's a series of short stories that the Chainsaw Man guy wrote before he did Chainsaw Man. I must say, having read the first one, I wasn't too bothered. I think there was one that I kind of liked, and I just wasn't interested in the rest of them. I've seen very mixed opinions, and I feel like every person I see talking about it liked a different story and then didn't like the rest of them, which I think is kind of funny. But also, I think I might be the only person that wasn't that bothered about the one-shot look back. I think it's been nominated for awards and stuff, and I just wasn't bothered. It's just not my kind of read, to be honest, but I'm happy to admit that's a me thing, and not that it's necessarily bad. Okay, we have got a... oh no, it's damaged. Oh no, it's got a crease down it. That's unfortunate. I might go back to them about that. So we have Mobile Suit Gundam 8 and Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt 8. And this is a series that Ben's been reading. Ben read the first 3 volumes and was really, really enjoying it, but we're really struggling to find any more single-digit volumes. I think I've gotten him a clear run from like 13 to 19 now, but like I think we're missing 5 volumes in the early digits, including like volume 4 and maybe volume 7. And a couple others, so we can't read anymore, and he's actually a bit bummed about it because he was really enjoying it, but we are really looking for them. So if anyone sees single-digit Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolts for not a bad price, shout at me in the Discord, please. Next we have Komi, Can't Communicate 24. Oh, have you watched my... what does that say? Let's begin. If you watched my March reading vlog video, I read Komi 23, and oh my god, probably my favourite Komi volume yet, besides maybe volume 1. Everything was building up to this, oh my gosh, I just kept crying, full on sobbing in bed as I was trying to read it before I went to sleep, and then I did not sleep because I was just sobbing. I know a lot of people take issue with Komi because there's a lot of characters, it's going on very long. Well, I do not care what you think. I also just don't think there's always necessarily an issue. Sometimes when I'm like, oh, I really like Komi, and then it's like my favourite series, and then people's response is to then shit on it, and it's like, why? I've literally told you, it's like, I really like it. Why is your response to just tell me how bad you think it is? Like, it's fine, have your opinion. I just don't see the need for you to just tell me that. I'm not going to care if your bad opinions on it. Run it over. Oh my gosh, I'm just looking in the box and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I need to record another video after this. I'm not going to be able to read straight away. Also, I've been putting a terrifying amount of time into Zelda. Alright, next we have Last Game 1. This has been, like, I've seen a lot of people talk about this series. I don't know anything about it. It's a big 7Cs, which is quite nice. A lot of people were really excited for this to get a print, and I don't know why. But either way, actually looks quite clean. I was worried that I might think it looked a bit... I wasn't sure on the cover because it looks a bit more old school, and I'm really, really picky with my art style, but actually looks okay. Okay, next we have Undead Unluck 11, which is another one of my favourite series at the moment. I love Undead Unluck. I don't really know why I like it so much, but I really, really do like it. What I don't like is the spine is black. Why is the spine black? None of the other spines are black. Why is the spine black? This is an issue I have with like Soul Eater. Why did the Soul Eater spines just change colour? I assume there's like a story reason, but I haven't read that far into the series yet because I'm missing volumes. Maybe there's a story reason in this that it goes black? Ugh, I'll find out, but I'm a little grumpy it won't match. I've just realised I've completely forgot to keep talking about the prices, but all of the Viz volumes were around 3 for 2 price on the site before any discount, and then I got 10% off. So I think a lot of them are like £5.30, £5.60, and then 10% off would make it like between £4.80 and £5.10. So actually cheaper than buying it in a 3 for 2, which is why I've grabbed so much Viz. I've grabbed all my Viz new releases because, yeah, it was cheaper. Lost my mind. There were a couple actually that I think might have been £6, but with the 10% off, made them about 3 for 2 price. So I'm still happy with that. Oh, I'm building up massive piles. Kaiju number 8, volume 6. Now, I must say, the past few days, as I said, I've been manga shopping and seeing all these Viz new releases on the shelves, and I'm like, I know I've ordered them for a better price. I have to just avoid them. This has been really, really fun to read. Ben's been reading it too and also really liking it. It's just a fun, shonen, silly kaiju series. Been really enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to reading this volume. I think it's been like 6 months since I read a volume of this. Oh, we got another isekai. We have Rising of Shield Hero 20. This is another volume that I cancelled from Forbidden Planet because I think it had been waiting for like 2 months now. I don't remember when it came out. It was waiting a while, and it was £1 cheaper before discount on this site, and then I got 10% off. Really like Shield Hero. I can't believe it's in the 20s. I think, how many isekai do I have in the 20s? It's not many. I can only think of Reincarnated as a Slime. Tanya the Eagle's on Tanya the Evil, oh my god, making up new series, is on 19, so that's close. Overlord is also close. Crazy some of these isekai numbers. How many isekai have complete? Not many. Okay, now this one I am interested about. It's called Who Made Me a Princess? Volume 1. It is full colour. It is 7 Cs. And it is an isekai. It is an isekai. I think someone had said it was an isekai, but I wanted to check. It is about someone who's isekai'd into a novel, apparently. Very excited. That looks so pretty. That is such a pretty cover. I love the title. I love what they've done with the title. All the finagly bits. There's probably a word for that. What's the finagly bits around the text called? That's chunky as well. So with discount, I think I paid about £10 or £11 for this. Very excited. Very excited. Okay, next we have New Game. Not New Game, that's a different series. We have Game Between the Suits 3, and this is a pre-order, another one I cancelled from Forbidden Planet. This has, I think, potentially been my least favourite of the steamship titles so far. I just don't like the characters. I don't like the lack of communication and the like trying to one-up each other and make each other jealous. I just don't like that. I'm not interested, not my kind of thing. I would rather I was going to say something that probably would sound really, really terrible, so I'm not going to say it. I prefer other steamship titles, like the isekais. It's probably the same, whatever, yeah, let's stick with that. Yeah, and being able to get it cheaper was nice. Okay, next we have got Wicked Trapper Hunter of Heroes 2. This, I feel like, so I read Volume 1 also in my March reading vlog. I did kind of enjoy it, if only because it was like really gory. It was one of the first series I read where I feel like it might be plastic wrapped just because of the gore, though there is a moment towards the end of Volume 1 which is horrendously questionable and probably another reason that it's plastic wrapped. It's about a guy who on Earth created like tower defense games and stuff, and he made them really, really hard, and it made a lot of people really angry that they weren't beatable, and then he's reincarnated into this world and has the ability to create real traps to stop people getting in, and they're very, very brutal and gory. There's a lot of people falling to pieces, literally, and blood and decapitation, stuff like that. So be wary, be wary. It's okay otherwise. I think just like, it made me think of like Goblin Slayer, but turned up a level. And I really struggled to find volume 2 for ages, because my understanding was it had come out when I read my volume 1, and then I couldn't find it even listed anymore, not even for like pre-order. So seeing it here, I was very, very happy. Next we have Case Closed 86, staying up to date with the series. I'm still too scared to start reading it. I think maybe, I don't know, I'd like to start reading it before I turn 30. I think that's a goal of mine, but that's a very long goal. I'm young still, I swear. Okay, next we have Mission Yozakura Family 4. I have read volume 1. It was fun. It was jolly. I hope it picks up a bit more. I don't know. I don't think I had really any particularly strong opinions on the series. I don't think it was bad. I just don't think it like gripped me like some other series have done, like Kaiju number 8 or Undead Unluck when I read volume 1. But hopefully just reading a bit more will help. Okay, I know we got some skip beat, but I know there's a big pile, so I'm waiting till it's all together before I pull it out. Next we have Witch and the Beast 10. Oh my god, look at this cover. This might have become my favourite cover in my collection. So my other one is Witch Hat Talia Volume 5. Absolutely love that. I love, it's such a pretty cover. And this one, it's got a rainbow. It's got a nice, gorgeous, cloudy gradient rainbow, and I am obsessed with it. I was so excited when I saw the Japanese cover announced. I was like, when's it coming out in English? We have got it. It's just so pretty. The saying that, I'm not up to date with the series, so I can't actually read the volume yet. I've only read a few so far. I'm very behind. Oh, I'm so behind with so much reading nowadays. But how pretty that is! If I can center it on the camera. Next we have Call Girl in Another World 6, also an isekai. This is kind of like the jolly, happy version of JK Haru. So someone is isekai'd that already previously worked in a brothel, and they like have really nice clientele in this new world, and she's having a great time. She loves what she does, and it's just weirdly jolly for what it is. Kind of fun. I think I'm behind a volume. I don't think I've read volume 5, so I can read 5 and 6 together. Okay, next we have Natsume's Book of Friends 28, and I think this is the new volume. One I'm trying to stay up to date with while very, very, very slowly trying to find earlier volumes. I think I can see them from here. I think I've got like 12 volumes, maybe 13. I think I might have picked another one up previously. Oh, maybe 14 including this one. I might have about half the volumes, like a lot of people, missing a lot. Actually, I've got quite a few of the single digits. I'm missing a lot of teens. No way, I don't have many single digits either. I can't read numbers. But it's a series my sister said that she'd read, so it's not many manga series that she actively has gone and read without me pestering, so I want to try and read it too. Okay, now this one really annoyed me because I made a mistake. So basically, I already have this volume, and when I was putting stuff in my basket, I put 2 volumes of Kami-sama Kiss. I put this one and another one, and I was like, oh shoot, I already have 15, I'll take it out of my basket. And I didn't realise until after it dispatched that actually I took the other volume out, not this one, by mistake. So I'm very annoyed. So now I have a second copy of this. I have a few like accidental duplicates, so I'm thinking I'll do a giveaway with those at some point. I might do it on the Discord though, so stay tuned, people on the Discord. I'm not going to do it soon because I've been doing a bunch of giveaways recently, but probably a bit later in the year I'll just do a bit of a clean out of my little whoopsies. Okay, I have managed to pull out all the skip beat. We have 6 volumes of skip beat. We have 44, 29, 25, 41, 27 and 36. With these, I think I'm only missing like 8 volumes before I'm up to date. They're kind of all over the place. I wouldn't say I particularly have a clumping anywhere. It's not like I'm missing 20s or 30s. They're just dotted about volumes. But this is, I feel like it's insane how many skip beat singles I've managed to pick up within the past few months, considering it's a long shoujo series, and long shoujo series are notorious for not being able to find. I can't believe I've managed to get so many. And to be fair though, I think some of the early ones have been reprints, looking at the printing date, but actually quite a few of them aren't reprints. Second printing, July 2016, and that's for volume 27, so not like overly recent, but not overly old either. But my early volumes definitely are recent reprintings, 2022, so it does sound like they're doing some reprints at least. But still, it was really impressive, especially because I've been paying less than 3 for 2, or about £5 something per volume, and I'm super close. I'm sure Liddy Moon is ecstatic. Okay, I can't believe how many we've still got to go, but we have Moriarty the Patriot 11. I am behind on reading this. I'm very upset about that because I like the series and I don't think I've read past volume 8 or volume 9, so I actually have like 2 or 3 volumes of this to read, which is crazy considering it's a series I like. I'm very upset. No particular reason. I think I've just tried to like... Usually I try to just read my new releases, but recently I've also tried to read some of the stuff that's just been hanging around for a bit, and it's just meant some of the newer stuff's fallen behind. But I think actually maybe doing a binge, I'll get through them a bit quicker, so I'm looking forward to that. Next we have My Hero Academia 34, new release. I think the anime actually ended with... Oh, there's a bit of tape on this. I think the anime actually wrapped up with the end of the volume before because Ben's been watching the anime. And he was like saying, this is what's happened, and I was like, that's literally what's happening in the volume I'm currently reading. So I think based on what he said, the latest series ended with the volume before. So I should now finally get ahead of him again. Just in time for him to catch up with me in like a year's time, 6 months' time. Next, it is Dan 3. Volume 1 was weird. I think that's how everyone felt when they read Volume 1. It's weird, super weird. I haven't read my Volume 2 yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I like the colour combinations, like the black and the yellow looks really cool. I like that. Oh, we have another Mobile Suit Gundam. Volume 5! Oh, we do have Volume 5. Okay, so it's... I thought we had Volume 5. It's Volume 4 I'm on the lookout for, so at least you can keep reading, and then maybe 7. And then I can't remember what volumes he has after that without looking at my spreadsheet. I've got some very scary piles. Yay, there we go. Rainbow Days 3. I was sure I had ordered it. And here it is. So yeah, I have 3 and 4 to read. I do really like that these are a rainbow. We're going to have nice little, like, subtle rainbow. So then I assume we'll have these colours next. So like the blue, the indigo, and then the pink. Maybe it'll go back to the beginning after that. I don't know how many volumes it is. Actually, I think it did say. It is complete, isn't it? So I think we do know how many volumes it is. I'll look it up after this. Next we have Blue Box 4. I have read the first couple. It's kind of like a high school romance with a badminton theme. Badminton was one of the very few sports I actually enjoyed at school, so I was actually quite looking forward to reading more of this. I think it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But at least with Volume 1 I thought it was okay. It didn't blow me away. But not like... I think it was bad. It's just fine. It was fine. Oh, next we have Hunters Guild Red Hood 3, and this is the final volume of the series. Should we spoil it? Nope, we shan't. We shan't. I didn't look. I didn't actually look. I swear I didn't look. This is a series that I believe was cancelled at 3 volumes, which I'm a bit worried reading it. Having read Volume 1, I thought it was okay. I wasn't, again, too impressed. And then I was starting to enjoy it a bit more towards the end of the volume. But, like, it definitely is a series that felt like it was going to go on for much longer because it's kind of leading into something I don't see how it can wrap up. Had this big, like, lots of world building in Volume 1. It was predominantly world building in Volume 1, and the fact it's going to wrap up in 3 volumes. I understand if it's cancelled, things change, and that's why it's not like they planned for it to be 3 volumes, but I suppose it still might put you off reading it. I'm unsure now. I'll read 2 and 3 together, though. That's my plan. Okay, I'm trying to not look, but also I keep looking. Next we have Kaguya-sama Lovers War 25. Great series. Been reading it for so many years. I really feel like attached to series that I was reading before I started doing my manga videos, Instagram, YouTube, all that sort of stuff. And this is one of them. This is one I started like back in 2018. And I've really, really enjoyed it. I definitely think it took a bit of a dip between Volume 14 and probably the last few volumes. The arc that it's currently on definitely wasn't as great. But before that, the early beginnings of the series I thought was excellent. I thought it was wonderful fun. I thought it was hilarious. And I was always giggling whilst reading it. And it's really sad that we're approaching an end. I think it's 27 volumes that it completes at, which means after this there's 2 more. I think it's 27. I think. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm making a lot of this up and I'm just trying to blag my way through it. Okay. Let's just... I can't see what this one is. What is it? Record of Ragnarok 6. Excellent series. it's just people wailing on each other, and I absolutely love it. I'm really looking forward to this fight. It started in the previous volume, and it is continuing in this one, and we've got one of the main combatants on the cover. I think, is it Jack the Ripper? Yeah, it is. Versus Heracles. Yes. And I just love, like, the mismatch, and someone's like, if you put this person against this person, or this god, how will they fight? It's just really neat. I love the thought of how will they wail on each other. Oh, so for the smaller viz, they were 3 for 2. This one was also still 3 for 2 before discount, so I think I paid about £6 for it post 10% off code. Next volume is Insomniacs After School 1. This is another new release by Viz. It seems to have had like quite a hype built around it. I don't know anything about it except people have liked it, and Viz have been really trying to push it. So I am looking forward to that. I don't know how long it is. I hope it's like a cool slice of life. Oh my god, Astronomy Club! Oh my gosh, that's one of my favourite things. Okay, this is Wolf Girl and Black Prince 1. Now, okay, I know this series as like a bit of a has mixed feelings in the community because it is like horrendously full of red flags. He doesn't treat her well. However, I still enjoy it. I think it's okay to enjoy a series, and as long as you understand that it's not always necessarily okay, I think it's fine to enjoy a problematic series, is what I mean. This is actually a series that I watched the anime of while I was at university. I went through a bit of like a romance binge, I think shoujo anime binge, and this was one of them, to the point that I, like way back, again before I joined the manga community, I tried to order volume 1 not knowing it didn't have an English print, because I just didn't know those kind of things, because how was I supposed to know really back then? I just went online and bought stuff, and then it arrived in French, and I was very annoyed and very confused, and then I actually did my research and learned that it didn't have an English print. So when they announced it, I was like, finally, some retribution. I can adjust my wrongs from all those years ago. Yeah, so I'm excited for this. Who is this the same manga artist as? I swear I have something else by them, but I don't know what. Okay, we have Crazy Food Truck 3, and it completes in this volume, which I'm very confused about again. I don't know if this one got cancelled. I also think it's been a really long time since we got volume 2. I'm trying to remember when it came out, and I can't remember when it came out. It's like a post-apocalyptic world with a guy who's ex-military, drives around with a food truck, and he picks up this girl who's like some form of government thing, powerhouse, something, and she eats all his food, and they just drive around, and they're attacked by the government, and they're just trying to drive around with food and find food and make food. I don't really get how it's going to wrap up. I imagine there's probably not going to be much like story explanation. It's probably just going to wrap up their characters and continue on, whereas I always like more like world story explanation, but I have the feeling we're not going to get that with this, but I will find out. Aiden 021, whee! I had pre-ordered 22 and that has arrived, but I didn't pre-order 21 because it wasn't as good a price. But now I have a gap and I can't read my 22 because I don't have 21. But now I have 21, so I can read 21 and 22. I've said 21 and 22 too often. I do like Eden Zero, Ben like Eden Zero. I think, generally, I prefer fantasy to like space and sci-fi. So in terms of like world setting, I do prefer Fairy Tail. However, I do think the story has been better paced so far in Eden Zero. I heard that Eden Zero is actually approaching an ending in the early 30s, so we might already be like, oh, a good way through the series by now. It took me ages to read. There was a huge gap between reading volume 19 and volume 20, and like some really emotional things go down in volume 19, and then I read volume 20 and everyone was really sad, and I could not remember why. I was like, everyone's just really sad and crying and like upset. Like towards the end of the volume they kind of reference it and I'm like, oh yeah, that happened, that makes sense now. So I'm looking forward to reading 2 together because that is less likely to happen. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible 7, woo! I really like the series. It's so cute, it's so lovely, not much overly happens, it's just a nice, sweet, light-hearted romance. and it's cute and adorable, and I can't wait to read it. It's just such a nice series to read when you're like, I'm feeling a bit down, I want to pick me up, I don't really want to read anything that has too much like mental, isn't taxing or anything, and just reading this just feels soothing. It just makes me feel at peace. Running out of space. Oh my gosh, next we have Yona of the Dawn 10, and with this volume I am one volume of Yona away from being up to date. I am on the lookout for Yona of the Dawn volume 7, and I will finally be up to date. Ah, my gosh, I can't believe how long it's taken and how hard it is. Is this a reprint? I think it's a reprint because the spine I think is going off the sides, which probably means it's Italian. It is Italian. January 2022. This like gives an indication of sometimes just how long it takes for Viz reprints to make their way over to the UK. To be fair, it's probably been around a few months and I've just been waiting for it to go on like for a decent price, but still, oh my god. One volume off! That's going to be a really fun, massive, hella buddy read to do at some point in the server. Just need to wait for everyone else to get their copies too. This is another one that I cancelled from Forbidden Planet. It is Parallel World Pharmacy 1, as you can probably guess. I think it's an isekai. It is an isekai, so yes, another fabulous read for the month of isekai, ha ha ha, with by One Piece Books. I do quite like One Piece books, I just like the feel of their volumes. We are approaching the bottom, we are getting there. Next we have Shoha Shoten 2. And I believe this is the same people who did Death Note, except this is like a stand-up comedy. I read volume 1, I think it's okay. I do understand that there is potentially going to be cultural differences between the sort of stand-up comedy you get in Japan and say the sort of stand-up comedy you get in the UK. I mean, I understand, even looking at stand-up comedians between the UK and the US is completely different again. So I think that between the UK and Japan is going to be even further removed in terms of types of comedy. So reading the comedy, it just was like fine. It definitely wasn't like the sort of stuff that I normally would watch. I definitely like, what sort of comedians do I like? Anyone who's on Taskmaster, basically. So I feel it can be unfair of me to say it's a comedy manga but I don't find it funny, because I'm not probably going to be the kind of target audience that they're going for. There is still manga that I find funny, like Grand Blue Dreaming, find hilarious, but this one just hasn't been it for me so far. I've kind of liked the story, and it's making me think a bit of like Bakuman, with like they've got a goal of what they want to do and they're trying to build up to that dream, which is like touring on the Japan comedy circuit or winning a competition, I can't remember. But so I kind of like that, but the actual like jokes and comedy and stuff just didn't hit it for me. But I am happy to admit that that is potentially a me issue, and yeah. But it might also apply to other people, in case you're interested. I've probably rambled way too much about that. Next we have Love in Sight Volume 1. This is another Viz new release, Volume 1, woo! Seen good things about this. People were happy for this one. Don't know anything about it though. I hope it's a fun read. I kind of like it's chunky. Viz always seem to still give us nice chunky volumes, and I was going to say for a good price. I know prices are going up later in the year, which is really upsetting. I don't think it's too much of a surprise though, considering every other publisher already upped their prices. I think I saw someone say that they've probably done themselves a disservice by not doing it when the other publishers did, which I do kind of agree with, but also I feel like it potentially gave them a bit of a boost, because it was like, okay, everyone's put their prices up, but isn't Viz great? And they've been able to ride that out for a year or 6 months, however long it's been, and now they're putting them up. So everything's going to be, all of these are going to be $8.99 instead of $7.99 from the autumn, I think, or Christmas time. I can't remember what bigger ones are going up to, like Crazy Food Truck size. My special one, Volume 2, I quite liked Volume 1. It's about a girl who's like sworn off boys and romance because of a traumatic incident when she was younger, and then she kind of falls for an idol. But then she ends up kind of getting to know him slightly personally, because he keeps stopping by their family restaurant. And she like chats to him a bit and he chats back, and they are kind of friendly to each other. Kind of neat. I kind of like, I don't know, it just feels like a different-ish kind of romance, though I suppose it's a little bit like Kiss Me at the Stroke of Midnight, but a little different as well, with the like idol romance sort of deal, Rooney. I am looking forward to reading more. I hope it doesn't get too cringe though. Final volume in this box is Helk Volume 3. I think the series is complete at 12, so we're about a quarter of the way through. I wasn't too fussed about Volume 1, and that made me really, really sad because, as you know, I love fantasy. Fantasy is my favourite, with isekai being the sub-fantasy super favourite. So I was excited that Viz was putting out this because I like fantasy. And then I just wasn't that bothered. I found it really slow to get through. It felt a bit tedious to read. It wasn't my kind of thing, and I don't know why. Really, really sad. I'm hoping it'll pick up. Especially since it's a shorter series. Maybe I'll enjoy it more. I don't know. And then at the bottom of the box, we've got another layer of bubble wrap. And then I'll move this. Okay, so that is my haul. This is my first haul from the website SciFier. And I must say, very impressed, very happy with how it's packaged, happy with the prices I paid. And I don't think it took too horrendously long. I'm personally not fussed, but I also have a lot of patience when it comes to buying things as long as they're on sale or a good price. So as I've said previously, if you're interested in trying them out, I would recommend them. As I said, I was wanting to wait till I'd gotten a parcel myself and made sure it was okay before I started recommending. But I'm very, very happy with this, and I will definitely be placing more orders. I feel like going forward, I'm probably going to be placing more orders online. Generally, secondhand or sites like this, it's just cheaper. So this is probably where I'm going to look to pick up my new releases at the moment, going forward at least. And as I've said, if you're interested in 10% off, use code Caketinz to get 10% off your order. How amazing is that? There will be a link to the site down below in the description if you so choose to make an order of your own. Also, do be sure to check out the DUPER Discord server to stay alert on new deals and stuff. We are quite good at staying on top of when new stuff's popped out for good prices. We've all been keeping an eye on SciFier the past couple of weeks to see if new volumes have gone up for good deals. So happy I have so many of the new releases. I think I have said previously, but I think going forward I'm going to focus more on making sure I'm getting stuff for a good price and not worrying too much about getting it promptly. Because I mean, a lot of these volumes have been out a while, but because I'm not in the US, even if I did try to get them the moment they came out in the UK, I'm still never going to get them up to date as quickly as they do in the States, just because the release dates are different. So I think generally I'm focusing less towards getting stuff up to date and focusing on getting stuff for a good price. However, if new stuff appears on SciFier and I can get it for a good price, I'm gonna still jump on that. So yes, let me know in the comments what you think of my haul, and if you're going to attempt a SciFier order of your own, I would love to hear, and also what you decide to pick up. So yes, link in the description, use code Caketinz for 10% off, and if you haven't already, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe for all the manga content coming your way. I am pre-filming a whole bunch of stuff post Isekai month, so also if you want early access, check out the channel members, where you can view all of that immediately when I've finished editing and uploaded. Thank you so much for watching. I am looking forward to using SciFier a whole bunch more. I hope you have the most wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye!